What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In today's video we're doing things a little bit different. As you guys can tell, I'm inside my house. The reason for that is because I couldn't record an intro for my video because I had an issue with my camera. So I finally got it fixed, and if you guys are not able to tell, this is a new lens that I'm super excited about. But basically in today's video what I'm going to be doing is installing a 350Z intake on my P11. I actually have two videos showing you guys two different intakes for this vehicle. The first video that you're going to see is my P11 that I did the conversion on, the TEV conversion, and then the next one is the 5-speed P11. So basically what I want to do with these videos is show you guys different intake options that you can do for not very much money. So the first one is a custom still-in intake with a JWT pod filter. So in the video that's coming up, it will explain to you guys basically how to do it. The video after that is a 350Z Z-tube with a just a pop charger filter attached to it. In short though, they're both pretty good options if you guys have an issue with the stock intake and it needs to be replaced. I'm a big believer of upgrading and not replacing, so that's why a lot of the things that I do, I don't replace with the stock parts. I try to kind of like experiment. I find it to be pretty fun and entertaining, and if it works, you know, why not share it with you guys. So I hope you guys do like this video. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and get right into it. I wanted to show you guys my intake setup. I actually posted this on Instagram. If you guys are not following me on there, go ahead and do so. There is a lot of things that I put up there that sometimes I just don't have time to record. For example, this intake right here. So this right here is a 350Z still-in Z-tube. So this right here, I think I want to say it's around 3 inches in like the diameter, the size of it. As you guys can see right here, I have a step down coupler from 3 to whatever the size is on the throttle body on the P11. I did go ahead and make sure that I was able to run all my lines to this intake. So this right here is, I think I want to say it's a vacuum line that goes in the back of the intake manifold. So I was able to drill into the tube. I also went ahead and relocated my air temperature sensor from the stock location, which is over here. I still left this guy right here because I kind of see that it serves a purpose, because cold air does, you know, somehow manage to sneak its way back over here. So I have that basically routed like that. This is a bracket from the 350Z JWT pop charger. This right here is a 6-inch filter. On the back side, we have the adapter that comes with the JWT Jim Wolf technology pop charger, which is this guy right here. It's a little dirty, but you know, I just wanted to put that on there. Overall, with this setup, I've gotten about 40 or 50 more miles on a tank. So I do feel a performance difference, and I do see an improvement in the fuel economy. I also wanted to point out to this right here. So I have my vacuum line from the valve cover going to the intake right here. So the C-tube has a little nipple on the underside of it that you can't see. So I basically just got 2 hoses and, you know, put them together, and I was able to route them. It is kind of kinked right here, but I don't think it makes too much of a difference. It's still getting, you know, it's still allowing for the air to pass, so there's no issues there. I went ahead and removed my boost sensor, which I think it's also known as a map sensor, and I relocated it over here. So I was able to put it right there with one fastener kind of just held in place. And as you guys can see, I have a hose coming out of that sensor, and I drilled it into the mass airflow sensor housing. So that's all connected and routed on there. Overall, guys, I would recommend for you guys to look into a similar intake setup. I did notice a huge difference, like how I said, and I found this at a salvage yard for $5, so I'm not really wasting too much money on this. Like I said, I was able to make this bracket. I painted it black, but all this, you know, comes together with this whole kit right here. This is separate, but if you guys are interested in something similar to this, that's a C1 350Z Stillen Z-tube JWT pop charger with adapter and bracket, and that's basically all you need. You need some couplers, of course, and you'll be able to run a similar setup. How's it going, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Eric. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I was able to fit this 350Z intake tube on my P11. So I kind of already jumped the gun and already removed the stock intake out of the way. If you guys don't know how to do that, it's pretty simple. I've done countless videos removing it, so I'm not going to show you guys how to do that. Once you get to this point right here, you basically want to go ahead and get a 350Z Z-tube, which is this right here. This is the stock intake off of a 350Z. What I have right here is a step up silicone coupler. I'm not exactly sure the diameter on this, but I'll leave you guys a link to something that I bought that had that included if you guys want to do this to your vehicle. So basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the mass airflow sensor housing. I already did kind of like a little line right there where I'm gonna cut it. The reason I'm cutting it is because it actually doesn't fit right here. The Z-tube is quite bigger compared to the stock tube, so you guys can see it's quite longer and it's quite bigger, so it won't fit in there without me cutting this. I know that this has a purpose, this guy right here, so if by any reason this doesn't work and it actually makes the vehicle run rougher, I'll be sure to let you guys know. But this is kind of like a little experiment that I wanted to do, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut it, and then I'm gonna basically just put it in there, and I'm gonna put a filter at the end so that basically it connects everything together. The diameter on this is about 2.8, almost 3 inches. The diameter on this, I'm not exactly sure, but I'm pretty sure it starts around 3 and it tapers down to whatever the size of the throttle body is on the stock P11. So this is gonna be more restrictive compared to this. I mean, you guys can clearly see that it's a lot bigger compared to that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and see if this will work like that, and we're gonna basically connect it. So this is the progress so far. As you guys can see, I'm just getting something right here like a saw and cutting the plastic on the mass airflow sensor housing. I'm almost all the way through. Once I do this, I'm gonna go ahead and give the sensor a nice cleaning. I'm kind of regretting not taking this off, but oh well. We're gonna go ahead and break this off, and then we're gonna connect it and see if it works. So as you guys can see, I went ahead and cut the end section of the mass airflow sensor housing. That's how the other piece looks. Basically what you're gonna do is put a filter right here, and it'll complete the setup. What I'm doing here next is installing a little nipple for the vacuum line that goes to the intake. So right here I'm just gonna be drilling this hole a little bit bigger so that I'm able to fit this metal nipple in there. So as you guys can see, I went ahead and added that nipple to the side of the intake. Now the only thing is to route the other nipple that goes from the valve cover down right there. So I need to find something to kind of make it turn around, because the way that it's set up right there, it's facing towards the firewall. But for now, I think I'm gonna leave it like this. I'm gonna put everything back together and see if the vehicle will run. So I've been driving my P11 for about 2 months now, and in that time I've noticed that the vehicle has a lot of issues. If you guys haven't heard it by now, it's making a big rattling noise that's coming from like somewhere underneath the engine. So I need to address that. So in the next video, I'm gonna try to take a look at that and try to fix some of the issues that this vehicle has. But for this video, what I wanted to basically do is update you guys on the 350Z intake mod that I did to this vehicle. So like I said, I've been driving it for about 2 weeks, and in that time I've noticed that I'm getting a check engine light. It's idle air control valve code, which I know that some of these vehicles can get that, So I'm not sure if it's because of the intake or if it's because I went ahead and chopped off my mass airflow sensor housing. So I'm thinking it's because of this. So I'm gonna put this back on, and then hopefully the check engine light goes away for good. So like I said, it doesn't come on all the time, it's only sometimes. But I kind of want to fix it so that I'm not having that issue. If you guys need to replace your air intake and you guys don't have a stock one, what you guys can do is get a 350Z intake too and make this work. You do have to kind of customize the adapter for the mass airflow sensor or run a shorter pod filter to make it work. But if you guys figure out those issues, then you guys should be able to make it work as well. So I hope you guys did like this video. Stay tuned for more videos like this. I am gonna be making a video about everything that's wrong with this vehicle, so stay tuned for that. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. Go ahead and follow me on Instagram at Eric's DIY Garage, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace out.